Hello, today I'll be coding another loader thing, this time with CSS. So we start with a div element and we give it a class, and let's say it's going to be something like box. And this is it for the markup. Let's move on to the styling. We set some dimensions and let's make them in viewport units. So this box has a width of that, a height, the same. Let's give it a background just so that we can see it. Now let's absolutely position it. Bottom 0, left 50%. Actually make that 50% minus half that dimension, and this is calc. Now let's set a transform, and here we use a custom property. Now we're going to register this. CSS register property, and we have the name, which is as above. Syntax, this is basically the type, which is angle in this case. Then we have the initial, 0 degrees. And now we're going to create a set of keyframes. Rotate to, actually change the angle to half a turn. And now let's decide upon an animation duration. Let's make it something simple like that. Animation, rotate that animation duration, T, infinite, alternate. So this should give me a rotation. Now let's take care of that scroll bar there. So body, overflow hidden, and the background, this works. Now let's just collapse this, and let's give this a background that varies with the angle. So what we'll be doing here is use a linear gradient, and here we have calc -1 times that angle. Okay, and here we have something like dark orange, this should do it, and gold. So now as it rotates, the darker part is always at the bottom and the lighter part is always at the top. Okay, now we can add another translation here. So as you can see, we have a bit of a hop, and we want this to hop from a bit from the left into the middle. So we're going to add another translation here. So we add another translation here in front. So now when it hops into the middle, and for some reason, okay, now you can see it. It's hopping and it's going to the middle. Now let me show you one little nice trick here. So we can add another transform, a scale x, and here we use a scaling factor along the x-axis, and this one we're also going to register right here the same way. I don't delete that. So the same way we did for the angle, I'm going to register that factor. So that factor, and this is a number, and the initial value is going to be 1. Now what I do here is have another set of keyframes. Keyframes flip, and at 50% I change this factor to -1. So here I add the flip animation. It's going to have twice that animation duration. It's going to use a steps timing function, and it's going to repeat infinitely. So now that I've done this, okay, so fx, sorry. Now it should have a second hop towards the right because I flipped the whole thing. Okay, Now that I've done this, I want also to squish this box a bit when it gets in the middle. And in order to do this, I'll be needing to change the transform origin. So if I don't want to keep chaining translates, I'll be using a pseudo element. So after, okay, I'm really hating this. Okay, now let's just take these dimensions from here. Here I'll have just half, and this is going to be just 50%. Okay, this is going to be absolutely positioned. Margin. Okay, content, and also move the background. So move the background here, and I should have my hopping box again. Now the thing is, as you can see, the background rotates with the box, and this is because this is not inheriting. So by default, the inherits is false. So let's switch it to true. And now the background is always going to be the dark part at the bottom as it rotates. Okay, so what we do here is set a transform origin. Transform origin 50%, and we use something like this. So yeah, and we have transform scale y. We have a scaling factor. Okay, so the next thing we do is register a few more custom properties. Why the heck do I keep deleting this stuff? This is not what I had in mind. Okay, so this is percentage, initial volume 0. Then I have okay, so I'm going to want these two to inherit as well. So inherits true. And I think that with this I can just collapse this JS part. And I think I can collapse the after here. One more thing I think I can do here is just make this padding okay, this works. And now I can collapse this after. So what I'll be doing here is have a squish animation. So sorry about the noise from the neighbors. Squish. So let's say at the beginning I'll be having this factor is something like 0. So then when it gets to that something, I'll be using here as well. Actually, let's make this 75%. Use this. So 75 p, because that's why I set that. 1, I don't know, 0.57, something there. And let's add this animation. So squish. Alternate. Let's make this an ease out. Okay, so let's make this 100% in the beginning, and then I switch using this percentage right here. I make this 0%. So let's just make sure. Why did I use X instead of Y there? Okay, so now that I've done this, let's make this switch, same animation duration, steps, infinite, alternate. So yeah, this kind of works out, but let's see a better easing, something like this. So let's just go back and replace this ease out with this. Let's tweak this a bit. So and let's also get a custom for this as well. I don't know how's this. Actually, I can do something like this. I don't know if this should work. Let's leave it like this and see how it works out. Just copy this and use it here. See how it works out. Now this is better, but I don't want this rotation to start so early. So let's say I'll be doing something like this, perhaps. Let's think about this. Actually, let's make this factor by default. Let's make it 0. We'll just do something like that. Okay, this looks a lot nicer, and I think I'll be leaving it like this. Maybe just something like this. Okay. So yeah, this is it. I'll be leaving it like this. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you have, and you want me to be able to put out more stuff in the future and not end up dying in a trash can, please consider supporting my work. You can do it in one of the ways explained in the description below. You can do it with a donation, there's a donation link there, or you can make this kitty very happy by getting her something off her Amazon wishlist. There will be links in the description as well. Or you can support the implementation of the cool stuff used here that's not yet cross-browser, because as you can probably see, this is registering properties, so it's using Houdini for now, which is only supported in Blink browsers behind the experimental web platform features flag. So support is very restricted for this for now. Or you can at least share this to show the world what can be done with CSS these days, because honestly, I think it's pretty damn cool. In any event, thanks for watching.